Well, after some nasty, nasty thunderstorms about 1:45 this morning, it's a beautiful night. It's about 7 o'clock, not quite. Beautiful night out here tonight. It's the sun's out. It's not too awfully hot. It's been 90s and humid. It was humid today, but the sun is starting to go down. I'm on the shady side of the house, but the lighting here is just better, I think, to show off the DVDs. So I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy what they call a vape. It's not smoking, but it's Blu-ray Hoarder has got one of these things too, but it's not a big deal. So. Looks worse than it is. It's a vanilla bean with coconut. Tastes good. Stopped at FYE today. That's why you're here. You don't want to know. You don't want to know that I stopped at FYE. Well, maybe you don't care about my vanilla bean coconut. You want to know that I stopped at FYE. I stopped at FYE and I picked up a bunch of stuff. And I'll tell you, it looks like it was a large pickup, but most of this stuff was under $1, believe it or not, and most of it's DVD. In fact, all of it's DVD. You know, I've been buying more Blu-ray than anything else, but sometimes DVD is a good deal. So let me start with. They had a sale. Anything that was $3 or less was $1. And then I get another 10% off. So ultimately it's 90 cents for these. These are new. This one is this one's used. Take it back. Some of them are new, some of them are used. This one is used. This is yeah. Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Jack Black. Margot at the Wedding. Comedy, obviously. Don't know anything about it except for it was 90 cents. It's from Noah Baumbach, who has done some good stuff, including Frances Ha, which I enjoy. Comes a daringly funny and bracingly honest exploitation of the tender, absurd, and sometimes excruciating relationships between siblings. Well, I like that already. It's got a couple extras like trailers and a conversation between Noah Baumbach and Jennifer Jason Leigh. I think I'll enjoy this one, quite frankly. I like Jack Black. Obviously, he's a certain taste and style, but I'm sure I'll like him in this. And like I say, for 90 cents, if I don't like it, I throw it away. Let me do all the 90-cent one first. And then I'll get to the ones I paid like $3 and $4 for. Ooh. Another 90-cent one. Don't know anything about this other than it's a number 2, which usually means it's not good. So there was something called the Butterfly Effect. This is the Butterfly Effect 2. And what I liked about it was it stars Erica Durance. And if you know her, she played Lois Lane on Smallville. She is hot. And so I bought it for her more than anything else to see what she was up to after Smallville. I assume this came out after Smallville. It's got some extras on it too. Audio commentary and then a special called Altering Reality on the set of the Butterfly Effect 2. So the idea here is if you travel back in time, you've heard the old thing, if you travel back in time and change something, it changes everything. So apparently he has a way to go back in time. Don't know how. Probably a futuristic tale, I'm guessing. I'll read what it says. After a tragic accident claims the life of his girlfriend, Erica Durance, from TV Smallville, Nick, Eric Lively from American Pie, discovers that he has the paranormal power to change the past and save her. When he keeps going back to alter other events, he soon realizes that his actions have dire consequences for the present and for their future. So there's the back. Hey, 90 cents. 90 cents, and I get to look at her for 80 minutes or something. 92 minutes. What year was this anyway? Never heard of this. Never heard of any of these movies, by the way. I just, I went there and I kind of on a lark. I can't read it. 2000 something. I kind of went there on a lark. I hadn't been to FYE in forever. I used to go there a lot more. But with the Criterion sale and some stuff, I've just been staying away for a little bit. And I was surprised to find these dollar titles. Like I say, they're all 90 cents. Here's one with Jennifer Connelly. And this one, Maxim Magazine. Pete Hammond from Maxim Magazine says, even Hitchcock could not have done it better. Well, I don't know about that. I'm not even sure who the director is on this one. I know it's not Jennifer Connelly. Who's the director on this sucker? I don't know. John C. Reilly's in it. Tim Roth. Yeah, pretty good cast, actually. Cameron Manheim. Pete Postlewaite. Interesting. Directed by Walter Sales. Anyway, it's called Dark Waters. No, Dark Water, not Dark Water. And it's the story of it's a suspense-filled thriller starring Jennifer Connelly and her 5-year-old daughter are ready to begin a new life together. But their new apartment, dilapidated and worn, suddenly seems to take on a life of its own. Mysterious noises, persistent leaks of dark water, and other strange happenings in the deserted apartment above send Dahlia, that's the Jennifer Connelly character, on a haunting and mystifying pursuit, one that unleashes a torrent of living nightmares. So, horror. We're getting into the horror vein more. This one's supposed to be horror. I never heard of this one either. Maybe you have. Hide and Seek. Don't know it. Robert De Niro. From some years back, I guess. See, I thought the glare would be better here. Let me see if I can do something about that. It's going to be that weird time of day when the glare might be a factor. I'll do it like that. Anyway, I think you can see it. Hide and Seek includes 4 alternate endings. Robert De Niro and Dakota Fanning. Okay. Send pulses racing this genuine scarefest. It delivers terrifying twists and a shocking surprise ending. At their new home in upstate New York, newly widowed psychologist David Calloway, De Niro, tries desperately to help his traumatized daughter, Fanning, deal with her mother's death. But before long, both David and Emily are being terrorized by something or someone named Charlie, a friend who may or may not be imaginary, but is definitely the stuff nightmares are made of. Ready or not, you'll be jumping out of your seat, says Richard Roper. Well, that could be to get popcorn, or it could be to leave the theater, or just hit the bathroom. Anyway, Hide and Seek, 90 cents. I've heard of this movie, 90 cents. Julia Roberts stars. I like Julia Roberts, always have. And Clive Owen. Duplicity. A good sexy caper. I'll buy that with Julia Roberts. I like her. She's like a genuine person, as they say. Anyway, from writer-director Tony Gilroy, who's 7-time Oscar nominated for Michael Clayton, comes the film the critics are raving about. It says Robbins and Owens have sizzling chemistry in this instant classic, and they star as 2 sexy spies turned corporate operatives in the midst of a clandestine love affair. When they find themselves on either side of an all-out corporate war, they'll put everything on the line to remain one double cross ahead in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. All right, I'll buy that one. Again, 90 cents. This next one was $4, which was almost the most I paid. But it caught my eye when I walked in. They had it in the just received bin. I've never been a huge racing fan, but I did want to know more about this guy. And I know the documentary narrated by Paul Newman would be interesting. This is called Dale. This is the 6 DVD edition. It was brand new, by the way. It was still shrink wrapped for $4. And $4.99, I think it was. And then with my 10% off, it was $4.50. But I'll just show real briefly. This was on the back. I had him take the plastic off to verify that it was new, and it is new. You get a letter of authenticity from Teresa Earnhardt and Richard Childress, who own the car that Dale Earnhardt, you can tell it's brand new. No one's ever opened this. You get commemorative 1998 Daytona 500 ticket, a race report, a program cover, a Dale number 3 decal. And that's all before you even get to the discs. Let me Dale, get some of this stuff out of here. See what we got here. Is there more stuff below this? I don't even know. Let's see. No, but that's where I'll put some of the stuff. There's a little, I'll show you what I'm talking about. The little cardboard thing here that pulls out. So what do we got? We got a number 3 decal, number 1. I've seen those everywhere I go. I'm going to put some of the stuff underneath this, I think, just to keep the stuff I don't need to get at as frequently. I'll put this cardboard thing that has you know, everything that's in it. It was on the back at one point. So oh, we got stuck in here. There we go. I'll fold that in the back, along with the commemorative. This is 1,028,745 of 1,500,000. So there you go. There's my authenticity right there. Yeah, I got in on the 1,500,000. I don't know how many of these things actually sold or whatever. All right, what else you got here? Then we have the ticket. I think this is kind of cool, actually. The ticket. Then I have the program, I guess. This is the shows the purse. Who was in it? Who was in the race? Who was where? Dale Earnhardt was the pole position. I think he won this race, 1998. It's the 1998 Daytona 500. I believe he won that one. Couldn't tell you what year he died. I'm sure someone out there will know instantly. I remember watching the race. It might have been right around 1999 or so. I don't know. Great American Race. This is the official cover of the souvenir program. You don't get the whole thing, you get the cover of it. With Dale Earnhardt on the cover. There's some of the little extra things you get. It's kind of cool. And then you get the discs. There's 6 of them. They come in a little digipack type thing here, I suppose. Yeah, you get Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale and his wife. Disc 2. Disc 3. You know, I don't usually like to watch a whole race because, quite frankly, I don't get it. I mean, they just turn left. Now, I know there's more to it than that. But I've been to Watkins Glen. One of the companies I used to work for sponsored a car, so we got right on the track. And it is exciting to watch up close. It's less exciting to me to watch it on TV, but whatever. Let's see here. Is there a disc in there? Yes, there is. There's all sorts of discs. All the discs look the same. They just say Dale with the number of the discs. So that's fine by me. Like I say, there's 6 discs. Pictures are really cool, though. I gotta admit. And Paul Newman, being the racing enthusiast that he was, how cute. Him and his granddaughter, I'm assuming. Very cute picture. And then disc 6. And the back. And here's the outside. So it's kind of cool. I like it. I like the fact that it's in like a collector's tin. It's got like a nice inside cover to it too. Tells you what's on all the discs. And so what is on the disc, you ask me? Well, I'll tell you. Disc 1 features Dale the movie. That's narrated by Paul Newman, and that's the one that was in the theaters. Disc 2 is our bonus features, including alternate openings, bloopers, deleted scenes, historical interviews, additional interviews, and much more. Disc 3 is the 2000 Winston 500 race with Richard Childress commentary. See the historic race with newly recorded commentary from Dale's closest friend and team owner, Richard Childress. Daytona. Dale Earnhardt's greatest moments from the Daytona 500 races of 86, 90, 97, and 98. A photo gallery. Over 100 photos hand-chosen for the limited edition collection on the photo gallery, disc 5. They take you through Dale's career, behind the scenes of his personal life. Also a special featurette, The Making of Dale, hosted by Steve Burns. And then finally, disc 6, exclusive two-way audio from the 1998 Daytona 500, right along with Dale. Hear everything he heard as he communicates with the Richard Childress racing team. So, imagine disc 6 must be a CD then. I didn't look at it, but my guess is it's a CD. Let's find out. I could be wrong. That would make the most sense, though. No, it's a DVD. So it may be that you see, obviously you're going to see something for them to use digital video. It's going to have some sort of image, and then they'll have the audio playing there. Okay, I'm going to put this thing underneath. I wasn't going to, but I think it'll fit under there just fine. Then I'll just keep the discs then on the top and all the extra things underneath that little flappy, flippy thing. Yeah, pretty cool. Narrated by Paul Newman. Behind the wheel, he was a legend. Behind the legend, he was one of us. Dale Earnhardt. There is the spine. I don't know how that happened because it was brand new. And there's the back. And these tins are kind of neat for what they are. You know, I like them. So that's that. So that was all the El Cheaperino stuff. Well, actually, these are cheap too, the more I think about it. Let's start with this one here. This is an Andy Sidaris collection. Girls, Guns, and G-Strings. That's right. Girls, Guns, and G-Strings. And, you know, what's not to like about movies that feature all that? This is 12 movies listed for $4.97. I get 10% off, so I paid $4.50 for 12 movies here. This is put up by Mill Creek, and I've had good experience with Mill Creek stuff. So here's the unmistakable formula of Andy Sidaris. Beautiful people filmed in exotic locations with an unapologetic amount of explosions, gunplay, and Playboy playmates, all with big budget production values. And did we mention hot girls in sexy outfits? For the first time, own the entire library in one attractive 12 movie collection. Oh, what's wrong with that? Let me open this up. I got to see how many discs this is. I can tell it's not 12. It might be like 3 or 4 though. They have a habit of stacking them one on top of the other. I just picked up 7 Shades of Sexy, which I would recommend, by the way. I watched 2 of the movies. They're actually not bad. I mean, it's not Gone with the Wind or Casablanca or anything like that, but, you know, for what it is, it's not bad. All right, this is what I was afraid of. But for what I paid, I'm not going to complain. Okay, they're flipper discs. And you know, I don't like flipper discs, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. You can see right on here. For what I paid, I can't complain. So this disc 1, side B, is Picasso, Trigger, and Savage Beach. And side A is Malibu Express and Hard Ticket to Hawaii. So you're going to get 4 movies on each disc, and there's 3 discs. And yes, they're in that. This part doesn't bother me where they stack them on top of each other. I'm okay with that. So what do you get? Well, you get the Dallas Connection, Day of the Warrior, Do or Die, Enemy Gold, Fit to Hill, not Kill, or is that supposed to be Kill? Fit to Kill, the K is made funny, yep. Guns, Hard Hunted, Hard Ticket to Hawaii. See, there's a theme here. Malibu Express, Picasso, Trigger, Return to Savage Beach, and then Savage Beach. Oh, so Savage Beach was so good they made a sequel. So let's just read the. I don't know any of these stars in this thing, but you know they're going to be. Anyway, 1989 was Savage Beach, and that was rated R, of course, starring Donna Spear, Hope Marie Carlton, and John Apria. 2 female government agents transporting a vaccine are forced to land their plane on a remote island that houses more than palm trees and sandy beaches. A sunken WW-2, a World War II Japanese ship containing a fortune in gold, is located nearby, and the island is now the base for a nefarious group searching for it. And here's the back. Go see some of the wonderful artwork there, give you an idea what you're in for. Yeah, exotic locations, beautiful women, $4.50 for 12 of those kind of movies. I'm on board with that. And lastly, this listed at $3.97, and I see the manufacturer's price is $9.99, which I believe is about true. I've had some really good luck again with Mill Creek. This is another Mill Creek compilation. I'll tell you why I bought this one. But it's called They Came from Space. I really love the cover on it. It's 20 movies this time. These are certainly going to be flippers now. I can see it now. And I'm going to guess the quality is going to be less than great on here. But let me see what the years are on this thing. Well, see, some of these aren't bad. So The Infinite Worlds of H.G. Wells, Part 1 and Part 2. These are from 2001. So you got Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 of Infinite Worlds of H.G. Wells. Then you've got from 1997 Invasion Part 1 with Luke Perry. I think I've seen this movie, and Kim Cattrall. And then Invasion Part 2. It's a miniseries, Invasion. An Alien Contamination from 1980. From 1977, The End of the World with Christopher Lee. That's one of the reasons I bought it is for that, and the other reason is for this one, The Last Man on Earth from 1964, starring Vincent Price. Really wanted to see this one. Planet Outlaws, starring Buster Crabbe from 1953. Unknown World from 1951, starring Bruce Kellogg. Alien Species from 1996. Star Odyssey 1979. They, that was a good movie from 1974. I remember that movie. War of the Robots 1978. I love stuff like that. It says representatives of an alien civilization on the brink of extinction arrive on Earth and kidnap 2 top research geneticists in the hopes they can find them a cure for their problem. Warriors of the Wasteland from 1983. The Day the Sky Exploded from 1958. Of course, it'll be black and white. I love that kind of stuff. Battle of the Worlds. Claude Rains is in it. What do you know? 1961. Counterblast from 1948. A Nazi scientist escapes Germany prior to its surrender at the end of World War II. Sets up a lab in England using the identity of an Austrian scientist he murdered. That's all about. Doomsday Machine from 1972. And finally, This Is Not a Test from 1962 in black and white. So it's 28 hours, 40 minutes in black and white. Love the cover. Love the spine. I didn't show the girls' spine. These will look nice on the shelf there. They're both Mill Creek. Yeah, big fan of Mill Creek, I gotta say. From what I've seen, the quality that they do is usually watchable. I'm not going to say it's better than VHS to DVD most of the time. I've got a few sets that look like some of them are that kind of quality. Then I've got others that look really good. That 7 Shades of Sexy, I'll tell you what, the quality of that thing is pretty decent. And most of those movies are more recent, and some of these are pretty old. My guess is some of the older ones. I got to get the top, this shit that I hate off the top of this thing. I should have done this. I guess I can edit this if I want to, while I ramble on. Sometimes when I ramble, though, when I'm opening something, I may say something halfway intelligent. I hate to cut it. Most of the time, that's not the case, though. So you're not missing much if I cut out this babble that I'm doing when I'm stalling for time as I'm getting ready to open this thing. But yeah, these Mill Creeks, I've seen these Mill Creeks for like 10, 12, 15 bucks at Walmart. And so to get them for under $4, or $4.50, I guess, and this one was, so this was $3.97 minus 37 cents, so $3.60. Pretty good deal for brand new, and these were brand new. So, and I just like the idea of getting lots of movies for really cheap, even though they might be on flippers. That's about the only place I can stand at flippers, when I get that many movies for that kind of price. Let's see what we got here. Well, shut my mouth. There you go. Not flippers. Now, there's a price to pay. With the flippers, you got to think that with only 2 movies per side, they ought to be able to put some good quality on them. They got 5 movies on one side here. So what's that going to mean? I don't know. They look fine on 7 Shades of Sexy, I can tell you that much, because that's how they did those. And these discs right here look exactly like the ones in 7 Shades of Sexy. And they've got, looks like 4 discs here, I'm going to guess. Let's pop these out if I can. Yes, I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 discs. So they're going to look the same. 5 movies there. 5 movies there. 5 movies there. And 5 movies there. And I read you what they were. I'm really looking forward to the Infinite Worlds of H.G. Wells. Have you seen any of these movies, these science fiction movies? I'm a big fan of science fiction. When it's done halfway right. I can take, this is an interesting, maybe it's a dichotomy, maybe it's just my quirkiness, but I can take a cheesy science fiction movie over a cheesy horror movie. Explain that to me, people. Why is it that I don't mind a cheesy science fiction, but a cheesy horror kind of annoys me? I don't know. I have to think about that one. That may be a good topic. Some cheesy comedies don't bother me as much as cheesy horror. To me, shouldn't be funny. Maybe that's my dilemma. With one exception, I had it in my box on my Amazon box. I don't think I ever pulled the trigger. I think I need to go back and pull the trigger on it. There's 3 things coming out in the future here that I wanted to pick up, and one of them is it's just a collection of the monster movies with Abbott and Costello. I loved those as a kid. So Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein, meets the Mummy, meets the, I don't think it was the Wolfman one. He was in it, but I don't know what to call that. There's like 5 of them. The Invisible Man, Frankenstein. Pretty good price they had on. I think it was 5 movies for like 20 bucks. And it's all those classic Abbott and Costellos. Now those I can buy. They did one with the Bowery Boys meeting somebody, maybe Dracula. If you remember the Bowery Boys, I think I remember that anyway. Pretty sure I'm not screwing that up. And I liked like Scooby-Doo, but that was a comedy with horror elements, not a horror movie with comedy elements. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it does to me. So anyway, guys, so the final haul is just to recap, because I meandered here. And boy, if they look like this, I'm going to be really happy. I didn't look very carefully at the bottom, but look at the bottom there. If that looks anything like that for quality, I'll be very, very happy with it. There's the back. I like the back also. I showed you the spine for $350. This is the most expensive thing I bought. I'm a weak man. What can I tell you? Girls, Guns, and G-Strings. 12 films for about $4, I guess. $4.50. And those are going to be good. Duplicity for 90 cents. Hide and Seek with De Niro, Dakota Fanning for 90 cents. Dark Water with Jennifer Connelly. Butterfly Effect 2. I'm actually really looking forward to this one. I love this. I love time travel stuff. Somebody wanted me to do a time travel movie thing. I don't remember who that was. I will do one though. If you're watching, I haven't forgotten. I don't remember who asked. Sorry, but somebody asked me to do one, so I'll do one of those. Margot at the Wedding. Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Jack Black. And finally, this is a little embossed too here. The car's embossed. Dale Earnhardt and the tin. Real happy. Total cost for all this stuff with tax, $18.53. I think that's a pretty good haul for 6 on the Dale, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 23, 43 movies for $18.53. Someone do the math on that, but that's pretty cheap. I don't know how much it is, but it's cheap. Less than 50 cents a piece. Pretty good. All right, guys, that's it. I hope that I enjoy at least some of these, but like I said, for 90 cents, if I don't, they're coasters for 90 cents. I don't care. Or extra cases. But I really think I'm going to enjoy this one and this one. Yeah, a couple of the 90-cent ones look interesting, so I'll be interested to check those out. All right, guys, take care and enjoy your night. Thanks.